have been a son of the president, you have to be a president.
But have you read his tweets very well? A series of his so many tweets.
Yeah, even now, he has put a tweet that he is going to witch hunt. I think it's just threatening. He's going to witch hunt. He's going to deal with anyone who is I mean, what is this?
He's going to witch hunt and to deal with those ones that
who are trying to stand on his way.
But you're standing in his way.
No, but that is a threat. That is a mere threat.
Are you not?
And I want to assure you, let him enforce it. Let him enforce it.
But we're talking about
I'm daring him. Let him enforce it because he said he's going to crush the media. He's going to crush the media when he comes into power. Is he going to be? Are we going to see a reign of terror that was in France in 16 something?
Doesn't he have the credentials to be a president of this country?
With this type of tweets?
You have any issues with the tweets?
Certainly I do. I dismiss them because he started where everyone could not believe that this was coming from him. When he said, in a very short time, I will capture Nairobi.
Nairobi within 2 weeks.
I mean, what type of, are you a warmonger? Are you what?
So Tomutegea.
Sometimes, at one time, I am even more confused. I say, is he mad? But they are not taking him to Butabika. Is he drunk? Then he keeps tweeting. What is the problem? And of course, for me, when I would have also the privilege of meeting the president, I would ask him why he has allowed his son to continue commenting on politics when he's still in the army uniform.
This is where I have a problem with you,
yes.
Honorable Tinkasiimire.
You tell me.
You sing and praise President Museveni's name, who has deliberately left his son to do what you think is illegal.
No, haven't I told
and
you that when I meet him, I'm going to ask him? Does not mean that even when I say, I have said, qualitatively, when you compare him, when you compare Museveni and his son, Museveni is far better, more than 100%. More than 100%. But that does not mean that Museveni does not have bad things. He has them. Among them is this one of failing to also to implement, to apply the rules of engagement equally because he is a son.
Okay. I saw you in Fresh New Week dakiika musanvu zokka zizaketa ku ssaawa essatu ez'enkya olunaku olwaleero. Nze Adam Kungu, programu eno egenda paka ssaawa 5 era nga bwe twabategeeza ku social media platforms zaffe. We are humbled to host Honorable Barnabas Tinkasimire, Member of Parliament, akiikira abantu Babuyaga West mu lukiiko lw'eggwanga olukulu wa kibiina kya NRM, who has made his position very clear. Ajja kusigala nga wa NRM naye ebikyamu kasita abirengera nga tebitambula bulungi. If there is any wrong, he won't shy about pointing it out publicly. He's already here okuba torch mubiriwo ebiri mu ggwanga bingi. Atwalabye caucus y'ekibiina kya NRM nga ekkiriziganya okuzzaayo ebbago ku bisiyaga oba Anti-homosexuality bill ya 2023 okwongera okugyetegereza. Attorney General oba omuwabuzi wa gavumenti yalabudde President Yoweri Museveni namugamba ebbago nga bwe liri tolisaako mukono kubanga ebirumira bingi yakwotinza provisions eziwerako ddala zagamba nti zityobola ssemateeka era tezinakubeera nga ziweebwa omukisa n'ebirala byonna nga bwe tugenda okubeera nga tubiraba olunaku olwaleero. But also twebuuza kyekiddako ku nsonga y'amabaati. What next? What does the future hold? Are we likely to see more ministers being arrested this week? And what does it actually mean? Eggwanga lya Uganda, how is our fight against corruption? N'obubbi bw'ensimbi z'omusolo kino kye kiraga? Those questions I'm going to be asking. General Muhoozi Olimba ali Rwanda, birthday President Paul Kagame yamugambye jangu tukujagulizeeko, nalabye enkuyanja y'abantu e Masindi era nga bwe twagiraba ekigezi n'ewalala nga betekeratekera amazaalibwa gano mpaka waali tugenda kutambula bwe tutyo ne ku nsonga endala okusinziira akadde kanaaba kakkiriza. A very good morning, sir, and welcome to Baba TV.
Good morning to our viewers, and Adam, thank you for inviting me for this very important show. Yes.
You've been quite lost on this show.
Yeah, because I think I have been quite busy, both in the constituency and my personal things. I am doing LLM. So
that's a law of masters?
Yes. So I am quite busy reading a lot of law books.
That's a masters of law?
Yes.
That's what you're doing now?
Yes.
Oh, but you're having so many degrees. The other day you told me you're having a master's in business administration?
No, you know, sometimes when you have the time, you have to use it. Two, we also want to tell these masqueraders who are attempting to lead us that the best thing that you can do is add value to yourself. Add value to yourself such that you tell the world that I am ready to lead this country in whatever position. Three, we meet challenges ahead that will require people who understand, who have seen the books, and those challenges. In the meantime, we try to prepare for them.
Did you say some masqueraders who want to lead Uganda?
Yes, yes. Because if you are not up to the task, why wouldn't I call you masquerader?
Oh, so Dr. Besigye, he has wanted to lead this country for some good time. Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu has wanted to lead this country for some time, and a number of other people, including Professor Barnabas. So these are the people you're calling masqueraders.
Now those people, how do you call them masqueraders? How?
No, you've just said these people who want to lead us, and you're calling them masqueraders.
How do you call them masqueraders? A man who has studied medicine for 5 years, added on internship, you call him a masquerader? Professor Vayamul, a professor, do you know the number of degrees that has read? Eh?
Quite many.
So
that's why I'm shocked. That's
no,
why I'm surprised.
No, you are the one who is importing the words. But if at an appropriate time I will tell you who is a masquerader in this whole thing. Is a masquerader in this whole thing, I will tell you.
So you see a masquerader,
yes,
among the people who want to lead Uganda?
Yes. Yes. But let's not derail ourselves. Let's go to the main agenda.
No, let's first finish that. Why would you say someone that harbors presidential ambitions, someone who wants to lead this country, a masquerader?
We have seen people go for nominations and do not even meet the minimum academic requirements. You know that one?
Yes, I do. I've seen some.
A big number. You have seen people get nominated, get elected by the voters, and they are thrown out of court of their leadership positions. The universities are there. People are not interested in going there. They are there. They think they can masquerade and be the leaders. That simply because either they have money, they have power, you have seen them.
Okay, you're not speaking in proverbs, but let me just be very clear. Honorable.
Yes.
Your position is known in this country.
Yes.
You support Mr. Museveni. The other day you told me, Ojja kufa ne President Museveni ng'omuwagira. As long as Mr. Museveni is still alive and interested in standing for the presidency, you will support him.
You're correct.
Unfortunately, there is a new force which calls itself the MK Army.
I have been hearing about it.
That is laying ground for General Muhoozi Olimba Tojja to become
we know
the next president of this country.
We know all those things because One, he's using the position that he's the son of the president, hoodwinking people, that everyone should believe him, that his father is the one who has sent him. But at the same time, we are also seeing the father mobilizing for himself. So, for me, I cannot be part of those who can be hoodwinked that the father has sent him. Even if the father would have sent him, I would tell President Museveni in his eyes that I cannot support you for 50 years and again I support your son. And I will invite all Ugandans to see to it that we reject this notion that after President Museveni, you are inviting his son. This is not a monarchy. For God's sake, Uganda has 45 million Ugandans. We are about to reach 50 million. In the next census, I believe we will be able to hit that population. That population. I do not think that this country lacks leaders qualitatively who are even better than President Museveni to replace him. I have put the two on the scale and I have measured that President Museveni qualitatively is far better than his son. So why would we go for the less? Why would we pick the less?
Mr. Museveni has been here for nearly 40 years.
Yes.
There are people who think
we are going to add him and
enough.
he's going to push maybe up to 50. 50, by that time, he could be quite aged. Maybe the given that qualitatively God calls old people at a particular age.
It's a contradiction.
It is not.
I have you on record saying the president, Mr. Museveni, has failed this country in so many things, in fighting corruption, in eradicating poverty, and many other things you've been saying.
Yeah, but
and now the son is coming, is saying Muzee and the NRM have failed in very many fields. I am here to give an alternative. I expect you to be standing behind this man who wants to change the status quo.
But this man has been a part of his father since 1998, when he enrolled as an LDU. Actually, he enrolled my classmate called Colonel Fred into the army in 1998. He has been part of this problem. And if we were to do an investigation around him, he would not even be standing. By this time, he would have been in prison. He would have been in prison. His human rights record. His human rights record it's just terrible. People can forget other things, but they cannot forget what he did in Kasese with General Erwero. Nobody will ever forget. Where you go with bombers and exterminate people in a palace. People in a palace. Simply because they have knives. What do you expect them to do? They are pigs in the palace. They have to cook for the king.
Well,
you have forgotten those pictures?
No, I've not forgotten. But
you have forgotten them?
I've not forgotten what you're saying.
We have seen people flee this country. Fully battered.
He's a son of the president.
So what?
Who has come out to
express what? When you are a son of the president,
interest in standing for the president.
For me, qualitatively, his father is sober. You can annoy his father. You know what he did when he went to Arua? He almost killed Bobi Wine. He was the one commanding that operation.
At least I have no evidence to that.
You do not have it, but he's the one who was commanding it. He almost killed Bobi Wine. He almost killed Zake. You know the people who died in Arua?
These are serious allegations you're putting
forward.
These are serious, very serious allegations you're putting forward.
Please, for me, I know that President Museveni has failed in the fight against corruption. President Museveni has failed in the socio-economic the ordinary transformation of the ordinary person, but at least that person is able to sleep.
Well, but doesn't General
I am afraid,
as any other Ugandan, have the right to stand for presidency?
He has the right.
So why are you opposed?
Yes, he has the right. What we are also saying, that yes, this President Museveni is your father. Is your father. But don't you think that Ugandans are seeing what you are doing together with your father?
What are they doing?
Where Bob Wine organizes a small meeting, he's dispersed. Where other leaders organize, they beat up a woman MP in Buvuma for trying to organize a Women's Day celebration. You need to bring those pictures such that Ugandans can see. She's hospitalized as we talk. Honorable Susan, she's hospitalized. But you are just telling me you came from Masindi. I am sure you had a policeman guarding you.
Not me. I went as a journalist,
yeah,
to witness.
But you saw
we have the pictures. Producer, you can show us some, You
also show us the pictures
of what happened
Susan
in Masindi.
I know you picked the pictures of Susan, Honorable Susan, the woman MP for Vuvuma. You also show us those pictures. We want to compare the two.
I want to show you
where those guarding the meeting you covered in Masindi, and those torturing the woman MP in Masindi, they are the same, police and the army.
Okay, as our producer gives us those video clips of actually what transpired in Masindi over the weekend.
Even in Buvuma, I know you have them, you bring them up. I want Ugandans to see what is happening.
The producer is searching for them. Just look at this. This is the lady you're talking about.
Yes.
Honorable Susan, woman member of parliament, or Buvuma district. I saw the video. It was very, very ugly. Now, those are photos. That's how she was handled. She was actually manhandled by police. This is police, not even the army. And again, General Muhoozi is no longer commanding the army. I don't know why you want to put it on General Muhoozi. But those are photos of what happened to that lady.
What we are saying is that Ugandans are seeing this type of thing. They are saying, is Uganda for only one person? And that's why we differ completely. We would want the son of the president to take the back seat. He has made his contribution. He's the general in the army. You get me? He has made his contribution. He has too much wealth. He can go and manage that business. But to say that he is going to lead the transformation over the ordinary person in my constituency, they are 84% of those people. He cannot lead them. He cannot do anything, expecting anything from him to transform that ordinary person is expecting the impossible.
But the ground seemed to be reading something different.
No. Me, I am not scared about the crowds that you are showing us.
I saw huge numbers of people in Chigezi.
Yes.
Yesterday,
I told you, in Chigezi, there were people from Kagadi. Do they come from Chigezi?
What were they doing? What were they doing in Chigezi?
Now they have adopted the system that he has gotten his 10 supporters from every district. He ferries them to where he's going to show
his
that
team ferries supporters.
Yes, they are transported, they are given accommodation, they are fed and given an allowance. Who would not, in this poor economy, who would not want to have all those things?
Oh, no, but that's not true. You're on live TV, you're on national TV, that General Muhoozi and his group ferry people from other parts of the region.
But I have told you, in the people that were in Chigezi, I saw they are the people of Kagadi. What were they doing there? At that rally? You tell me. At least I know the people from Kagadi who attended.
Okay, my producer is sleeping, unfortunately. Here's the videos. I wanted to show you what happened in Masindi.
Even in Masindi, you will find the people from Karamoja. You will find there people from Karamoja, from Mbale, from Kampala. That style. It is.
I was in Masindi.
It is only.
I saw mammoth crowd.
It is only Bobo Wine.
It
is only Bobo Wine who does not move with the crowd. He finds them there.
Let's go for a break. When I come back, I'll show you those videos. Katuje. And at Adam Kungu, that's my personal handle. You can check us out and follow us. Tuberenga atuuliziganya tugenda mpaka sawa 5. Honorable, we are back. Wetugenda mukuumulako badde nkusuubiza okulaga enkuyanja y'abantu, because for you seem to be saying nobody will allow General Muhoozi to become the next president of Uganda, and these people, he seems to be very committed to achieving that aspiration of his, and on the ground masses in thousands seem to be excited and ready to receive him. Just look at what happened in Masindi. This is Masindi, in your backyard in Bunyoro. Just see, look at the numbers. You can't dismiss this.
You know what is happening is that he's using structures of NRM. He has gone on even using the structures of government. People down there, they are confused on what to do. They call him that he's the one who takes the decisions in this country. So they are looking for favors. Favors. Me, a place which I want to occupy, I would want to occupy it on merit, not on favor. Not on favor. And I will not belong to that group.
You will not.
I understand the working of government. We still have a head of state. I believe he's the one who takes all the decisions. Yes, he's the son of the president. He's using that position to amass wealth and ferry all those supporters you are seeing. Because don't think that all those people are coming from Masindi. This should be the entire Bunyoro sub-region, including the people who come from Lango, because Lango is near those areas which are in Uganda. In Uganda, it has taken them a lot of resources to organize that.
But I saw General OSGire. You know General OSGire?
Yes.
He stood and said they are endorsing. Actually, he said General Muhoozi is the deal. No.
Read
what is on the wall.
These are generals who have worked with the President Museveni. They have amassed too much wealth in this country. General Oyesigire, he's having a huge farm in Masindi, a lot of land. If we were to audit this government, the Banyoro would protest. There is no way a Munyoro can have less than a quarter an acre of land when somebody who is called a general is occupying land that should belong to the Banyoro. This land is in square miles. This land where these ranches, after abolishing ranches, ordinarily this land should have reverted to the ordinary person.
Okay, what does that speak to what he said? I witnessed him saying,
of course.
I am retired.
No, he's retired. He's retired. What do you expect out of him?
Listen to what he said.
He wants somebody who will not audit how he acquired that wealth.
No, he's saying.
That's what he's looking for.
He's retired. General Museveni is retired. They have offered a huge contribution to this country. The next president ought to be able and capable of protecting this country from sliding back to where they found it.
Who tells you that if they have done a credible thing, as they want us to believe, why do they think this country can slide back into anarchy? Why? Why? If they have done a credible thing. I thought they have built systems. I thought we have an army that is ready to defend this country. The army can only work when there is a soldier commanding it. Don't they understand that the president is a commander-in-chief? Don't they understand it? If they do not understand it, I saw somebody, there is a clip that is hitting around in social media. Somebody, some tall Rwandese figure, Tutsi figure, or Muhima figure, brandishing a gun, that this country, we are here to fight. Anyone who touches Muhoozi, we will finish. He was in the Congo. If that is the type of army they are living for us, then they should be blamed. They should be blamed. And actually, the area we move away from them, such that we can establish an army that is pro-Ugandans. That's not going to cause mayhem, like the way you saw in Buvuma, the way you saw in Kasese. The area we get rid of them, the better. We are saying, President Museveni, we are reporting to you all these things. They are going to hurt your history. Before you leave, we are ready to support you, solve these problems, and hand over power to a civilian.
But Mr. Honorable, Mr. Museveni, the president, has been in power, like I said, for more than 4 decades, for nearly 4 decades.
Yes.
And you highlight his so many failures. I am surprised that you still think that he's the right person to lead the country. But
I can tell you, I can tell you in the...
Muhoozi says he has the alternative.
In the 40 years...
Ebiremye Kitaawe is coming to fix them.
In the 40 years, I want to tell you, the biggest thing Ugandans have benefited from President Museveni is peace. And those, we may talk about those who are stealing government money, but there are those ones who are also not stealing government money, using the prevailing peace to develop themselves. So that is a plus for him. But when you are associated with havoc every time, with battering people, you cannot tell us that you are going to continue with the rigors of your father. You will divert from the rigors of your father. You cannot talk about corruption. He has gone to Rwanda in a Uganda Airlines plane, aircraft. Has he paid for it?
I anticipate he has done so.
Can they post the receipt they paid, they were given? Can they post the receipt they were given?
Do you doubt that Muhoozi and his group, the government ministers, you can see Muhoozi, Ndaba, your sister Liliana Bar, I've seen Honorable Norbert Mao, I've seen brother, a number of people that escorted the general.
Bar is going back to see the father, the relatives, the relatives.
No, they escorted General Muhoozi. Just look at...
she has links with them.
In Rwanda?
Yes, the father is from that place. The mother is the one who is from Kitgum. That's where...
okay, that I will have to find out.
Yes, you have to find out. She's going to see her relatives. But the point we want to ask them, they have gone to Rwanda, used a national carrier. Can they post the receipt they were given to pay for this airline?
You want to see the receipt?
Yes. I saw Kabanda on Twitter saying they have chatted. Can he post evidence to show that they have chatted this plane? And we ask how much they have paid per day.
I will ask my producer to show.
But of course, what I can tell you, I cannot participate in the group of opportunists. Because when you see Norbert Mao, Norbert Mao,
Andrew Mwenda, Norbert Mao, Jim
Muhoozi, the one who stole our government funds,
I don't know whether our producer can show us a tweet. Yeah, Honorable Kavanda, Wabanda responding. I think Honorable Kavanda thinks that people like you, Honorable Barnabas, you're there to oppose each and everything because
not really.
When you look at his tweet, he says
not really the point we are making, and we are putting it to them. We are putting it to them. They should not turn this country into Rwanda. Yes, we know there is a group of Rwandese who are Ugandans and have the right to do that, to do so. But we are not about to be annexed to Rwanda. We are not about to be annexed to Rwanda.
Just look at his tweet. He thinks, he says,
we are not.
I think there are people like Barnabas, I anticipate, who are naturally born with the habit of complaining about everything, even when they don't have facts.
Let him bring the facts. Since he is saying you don't, he is saying they chattered.
He says Uganda Airlines is a commercial flight
which can be chattered.
Which can be chattered by any person.
Okay, he has chattered it. Post the receipt they gave him for chartering that plane. Then we will believe that he's going to fight corruption. He's going to fight corruption. He's going to, because what we are seeing in this country is insensitivity. That a son of a peasant is being chased away from school for lack of just 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. They are not going to. Today, all schools are administering exams. But if the schools would be kind and post how many children are not going to sit for exams simply because they cannot pay 20,000, they cannot pay 30,000, they cannot pay 50,000, then you are chartering a plane and you are saying you want to be the next president. The next
he
president?
went for a birthday in Rwanda, in Kigali. They're celebrating today. He's making 49 years today in Kigali. That's what took him.
He's not the first Ugandan to make 49 years. His father was 49 years. When he was the head of state, did we see this merrymaking? That's why in one way or the other, we will still say, maybe the father is more credible. You get me? More credible than the son. And anyone who thinks he's going to be like the father, I have heard people say, me, I hate the son, but I love the father.
I was also going to ask you that you're saying you like the father so much, and I'm wondering whether you can like.
Let me tell you, you can only produce a body, not the heart. And for me, the spirit that is in Museveni, President Museveni, is not in the son.
That's what you think?
Yes.
So you're paying allegiance to the father and not the son?
Correct.
And you think you can convince people? No,
he's not your character. He's not your character. Because that's my choice anyway. That's also my choice. But at the same time, Navana Uganda never.
Honorable,
they see them.
Maybe you are not reading what is written on the wall.
Those crowds I have told you. I have told you.
Crowds, it's not just crowds alone.
For me, I am not the group that is intimidated that because you are the son of the president and your father is carrying you on the back and everybody should accept all that nonsense. No, I am not in that group. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I know where I come from. My people are struggling to live, to have decent housing, to afford 3 meals in a day. They are struggling to pay fees for their children from primary one to university. They are struggling. They are struggling to pay medical bills when any of their family members fall sick. Fall sick. They are struggling to find even safe water to drink.
Apparently, I thought you would be speaking a similar language with this gentleman the other day.
Which, yes, I have told you, I cannot speak the same. Anyone who wants to separate, the failings of the father are even worse failings of the son. He is in charge of special operations. Why can't he correct all these things? Why?
The other day he said it was not right for ministers to move with so many vehicles. When he comes going to change that, he said Kampala cannot look as funny as it is today.
When he went to Kigeze, how many vehicles did he move with? You were in Masindi. How many vehicles did you see? How many vehicles? You know the type that is supporting him. They are showbiz. When you see Honorable Kabanda around him, when you see my good friend Gashumba, he cannot go in a primo. He cannot be driven in a primo.
He can't.
He can't. So if you are in that category, what do you expect?
So you see a lot of extravagant people that cannot reach proper use of resources.
It is that exactly. That's why we cannot even, any reasonable Ugandan should not even smell where they are. Because it is as if you are not sensitive to what the Ugandans are going through.
Don't you think you're fighting a losing battle, Honorable? Because the other day you told me there are so many illegalities with what General Muhoozi posts, on Twitter.
No, because yes, he's still serving army officer.
Okay.
But that makes everything before the law that he does illegal.
Yeah, but that is going on without anyone coming up to sanction him.
No. Of course, that's why we have a problem. And we cannot fail to put it to President Museveni.
That's why I'm saying maybe you're fighting a losing battle. You're not reading what is written.
Yes,
it seems the words
I want President Museveni to come up and say, for me in 2026, I am not standing. My son is coming. I failed the corruption. He's going to fix it. I failed the socio-economic transformation. He's going to fix it. I failed to make sure that all Ugandans have a capacity to study from primary 1 to university. I failed to make sure that every Ugandan has a decent housing. He's going to do it. I failed to make sure that every Ugandan has 3 minutes. He's going to do it. I failed to make sure that all Ugandans can afford their medical bills. He's going to do it. I want him to say it. I want him to say it. To the contrary, I am seeing him in the masses, touching the areas we are talking about. He's mobilizing the grassroots. The farmers, people who depend on agriculture, to work and foster their socio-economic transformation in their homes. The son is celebrating birthday.
49th birthday.
He's celebrating.
Those
are two contradicting views. Would you follow a person who is asking Ugandans to work for their socio-economic transformation, and would you not follow a person who is doing that and follow the person who is going to burn the money, who is asking you to come and burn the small money that you have?
You follow the one that is asking you to get out of poverty. But let's listen to what General Muhoozi has been saying, who birthday parties is. His message seemed to be more of what you're saying. The other day he was in Kigezi and he told people there that they need to work hard, they need to engage in economic activities, they need to embrace government programs like Emyoga and parish development.
Has he ever worked hard? Has he ever worked hard?
Who? General Muhoozi?
He
has been commanding the land forces. He commanded SFC. He has been at the battlefield for some good years.
When the father is not there, can he survive?
Meaning?
If the father was not there, can he survive?
I mean, why not? What do you mean survive?
No, he would not even afford a meal in Katanga. I want to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yes.
A first general?
I can assure you, he would not survive. Of course, what he has
what explains
gotten,
what explains
what he has gotten behind the father will be finished.
Honorable,
at one point.
What explains this too much negativity you have towards General Muhoozi?
No, we might have to move away from this thing. Uganda has to move forward. You get me? Move from President Museveni for 40 years, 50 years. Then to General Muhoozi, his son. Then from General Muhoozi to the grandson. Then from the... No, Uganda has to move forward.
Is that bad by the law?
The law allows it, but morally it is wrong.
So are we guided by morals or the law?
We are guided by the law, but also if you think you are not going to be moral and you expect Ugandans to respect you, no way. If you are immoral, we will not respect you.
Okay, as we go for the break, Honorable, have you raised these issues with the president, whom you support? Because you seem to...
No, when we meet the president, we talk about serious things. We talk about serious things.
We're talking about the future here. If the future of this country is a serious issue.
Something the president has denied us is discussing a person who is going to succeed him. So that's why we are saying, if you have denied us that opportunity, let's support you until you die. When you die, we will choose your own successor. But to say...
Say that again when you're looking at the camera here.
Oh.
This one. This is very common.
President Museveni has denied us the opportunity to discuss who is going to succeed him. Several times. And we have said, okay, let's continue supporting you. When you die, Ugandans will have the opportunity to discuss the success. But to say, you are going to deny us that opportunity selfishly to promote your son is unacceptable. And that's why we want to support you and say, come out clearly. Whereas we see the indicators where other serving army officers have not participated in politics. Your son has been allowed to participate in politics unabated. Unabated. We want him to qualify that one, come out and speak. We want him, we want to, you know, the Baganda have a very good saying that omulimba, omuwerekera, mpaka natuka. For us, twagala kukola. We are not going to waste a lot of our time in jumping up for birthdays. I have better things to do.
You have better things to do.
Yes.
But you're saying...
I have told you, I'm reading.
Well,
I'm reading.
Yes.
I'm reading masters in law.
Yes, but based on your explanation,
yes, sir,
you seem to suggest that what we are seeing is not just ordinary birthday. You are actually saying that there is something big, that these quote-unquote birthdays are about to birth.
Yeah, that is true.
And so
that is true, and that's why we are also rallying. That's why we are also rallying Ugandans to understand or to click in their mind that this whole thing, the project called the Muhoozi project, should be rejected.
Should be rejected?
Yes, should be rejected. And all Ugandans in your houses, I have heard people say a lion resembles its cub.
The cub resembles...
I mean the cub resembles the lion. My father was a peasant. I'm a member of parliament. My father did not go to school.
You have about 3 master's degree.
I mean, that's it. We have a son of a peasant digging who can be a better head of state than a President Museveni.
Don't you think you're hurrying to judge General Muhoozi Kainerugaba? Because I
am not hurrying. At 48, we know his conduct. We know his character. He's not 3 years.
He has not been tested as a president.
A person forms his character between 3 years and 9. When you delay, you proceed to 12. We are able to tell your character. Your character. He's 49 years. We are able to tell his character. So don't say I'm judging him out of I am not informed.
Well, but what if tomorrow the father you support so much, his father says, okay, he has been retired in the army. I am fronting him. He has my support.
When the father says that, I will look in his eyes and tell President Museveni that I am very sorry. You ruled us for this period. We are not ready to allow your son to rule us. This, in his eyes.
Honorable.
He can continue behaving like a witch doctor. Witch doctors, they are the ones who do not want to be predicted in what they are doing. He can continue doing that. But the day he will come out clearly, because at one time he has two. That's why we have said,
Hope you don't risk, quote unquote, taking back your words.
On what?
On this, that you will stand before the president in case he chooses to endorse his son for presidency and say, Mr. President, that's wrong. Tomorrow I'll return you here. Hope you won't take back your words.
That I am supporting Muhoozi.
Yes.
That President Museveni has asked me to support Muhoozi and I am supporting him.
That you can't?
You people. Me, even if, let me tell you, I am not this group of people who have never gone to dig. Even with my degrees, I can get my hole and go back and dig. You get me? And live. But something you cannot take away is my resolve.
On this?
On this one,
your resolve,
I strongly believe.
Your resolve on supporting Muhoozi, you can't.
I have gone to school. I have gone to school. I know that qualitatively, what we cannot see out of, what we cannot see out of President Museveni, his son cannot do it. Even biology tells you. Biology tells you.
So nothing can change your stance on this?
It can't. It can't.
Including your own party, in case?
It can't. Biology tells you, this is inbreeding. Inbreeding is very bad. If you want to have a farm where a bull all the time is from inside, you will the farm will end.
You're likening this to a bull and inbreeding?
It is. It
You're
is
likening
inbreeding.
the current situation in the country.
It is inbreeding. It is inbreeding.
We go for a break. Hey. Kubaba TV, Adam Kungu, Honorable Barnabas Tinkasimire kuva Buyaga West. Gwetulina. Tujja n'ensonga endala tovaawo. Adam Kungu program Ggwanga mukakwe tuli webale kubeera ng'okyatulaba byonna gy'osinzira eddakiika ziizo bbiri zokka zaakega n'essaawa ennya ez'enkya olunaku olwaleero. Tuli ku Facebook. Please share that live stream in so many groups. Share with your friends on Facebook. Call a friend. Again, Adam Kungu ali ku Baba TV ne Honorable Barnabas Tinkasimire mu kanyomero aka Hot Cup at 9 muganga muka nga tunulira ensonga nga bw'oziwulira. Honorable, I'll be able to sample some of your comments, rather people's comments here. They seem to be very interesting. Facebook. That will be happening towards the end of the show.
Okay.
But, Honorable, you belong to the National Resistance Movement.
Much obliged. I'm NRM.
311.
Yes.
Really?
Nze siyingirangako mu kibiina ekirala. Taata wange yaliwa DP.
Ne wa campaigningira ku pressure group mu Bunyoro the other.
No, to campaign for a pressure group. Iri twali nga twagala Nakato. Nakato nga twagala yingire mu parliament kubanga qualitatively nze
mukuwagira Kyagulanyi ebiseera biri ng'owagira people power ne bakulonda okuba coordinator wa people power mu Bunyoro wali okikola kuyingiza Nyakato mu parliament as Nancy?
No, it was just a
I thought it was out of love.
No, during that time it happened that there was a by-election, but I had resumed the office of coordinator for people power. People power was a pressure group to promote these ideas I have been telling you. You know, when you see your people suffering, you use all means to make sure that they get something. I am happy that during that period, President Museveni concentrated on Bunyoro sub-region to a level that even some debts of tobacco farmers have been paid when other regions have not been paid. I'm very, very happy. The roads in that place are increasingly becoming better. It is from that time that we were even identified and we have a prime minister, minister for finance. Although now they are facing difficulties, but as a region we cherish them and we are watching the turn of events with interest. Twafunamu ate tukyabagalawo
era kyajjalwa pressure gimwateekawo.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so what happened to your coordination role, more people power? Because people power still exists as a pressure
people
group.
People power does not still exist. It is now, it turned itself into a political party. People
power is not existing. They said they have a pressure group and a political.
I am not aware. I'm not aware. If it is a pressure group, I would be belonging to it. But if it is operating under a political party as an activity of the political party, then I also have my political party, NRM. We have to operate ours.
So where did you end with people power yourself as a coordinator? The overall coordinator of people power.
You know, when at that particular time, we went for party primaries. Each person went to his political party to participate in his party primaries. The people who belonged to DP went to DP. The people who went to who belonged to FDC went to FDC. The people who asked like me, who belonged to NRM,
went back to NRM.
Together with Mbwatekama and others, we went back to NRM.
But you had not left. By the time you were coordinating for this pressure group, you had remained NRM.
Yeah.
So you had not left the party.
Yes.
Yes. So my assumption is
there was no need to, because it was not a political party. It was not. And
did you have structure?
For you,
did you have a group of other coordinators within Bunyoro?
For you, yeah, we did. For you to understand what we were in, it was some kind of a club.
You were in a club?
Yes. For avoidance of doubt, a political club. When it transformed itself into a political party, and you belong to a political party, you can't continue with it. You get me?
Okay, but this pressure group had a leader, Mr. Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu,
yeah,
whom I anticipated that by then you were supporting.
Much obliged, yes.
He stood for the presidency and you didn't support him either. Neither did you hope to solicit votes for him in Bunyoro.
Because he was standing for another party. Me, I belong to NRM party and we had a candidate.
Okay.
We had a candidate. I would not want, at that particular point, when we are competing for power, another person to take over the mantle.
Thanks for the clarification. You belong to the NRM. Yes. I saw you in parliament the other day,
yes,
speaking with all the energy and determination in support in support of the Anti-homosexuality Bill 2023. And that, of course, came at the backdrop of excitement you put forward as Parliament, including the Speaker of Parliament, that you said, we shall pass this bill no matter what. Ugandans are going to be given a gift and all that kind of thing. We waited. You're the very people again that convened last Thursday and begged, pleaded the president that please return this bill and make some amendment.
Those are words of his minister. What do you expect from you read the words of them? You did not know what transpired inside.
That's what the government chief whip told us.
The people who participated inside told the President Museveni, point blank if you want to hear, that if you have fought other wars in the world, this war you leave it. It is not a war that you are going to win against the anti-homosexuality bill.
You were not there. You were not there. You told me you didn't attend. How did you?
I have colleagues. I have colleagues who attended.
Okay, so tell us, what did the colleagues say?
I have told you what they said. And the President Museveni agreed with them. Because he actually holds the same view. But he's under the pressure of the foreigners. He wants to be very close to America. Because America, you know, is the best place where you can go into exile. Where his family can go into exile, the best place. So he would want to, not to antagonize them as he ends his career as a politician. But we are pleading and asking him that we do not have any other time we can introduce this bill, because the vice of homosexual in schools in the country is rising, and we can only stop it by having a deterrent law. We provided in that law 17 sections. In our opinion, they are the best. They cannot, we cannot delete them and remain with only one provision in the penal code which talks about the indecency, the homosexual section that deters homosexual in the code.
Okay.
In the penal code.
Let's look at the guidance of the Deputy Attorney General to the President. Yes, I saw my brother Jackson Kafuzi, who is the Deputy Attorney General, in Parliament then when we were debating this bill. It said that he advised the President not to assent to this bill because it has a number of inaccuracies and things that contradict with our supreme law. Let's just look at this letter. Producer, if we could get the letter explaining this on the screen. Ebaluwa eyo gyolaba ku Baba TV.
Ngateriko.
This letter there, okay. As you can see, Jackson Kafuzi wrote it. Deputy Attorney General wrote that letter nga alaga nti waliwo ebitatuukiridde. If we can read a little bit of what is contained there.
But they are writing it to the speaker, not to the president.
Yes, he explains section by section in that letter. Not the president, he was explaining what transpired in the caucus now. He says, while this may have raised concerns, we can go through it one by one. He says, when you read there, that as you are aware, on Tuesday, 18th April 2023, the 27th sitting of the third meeting of the second session of the 11th Parliament of Uganda, Honorable Siranyi Solomon, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I want to read. While this may have raised concerns, here below are the reasons we did. Did what? When you go up there on that first paragraph, Aganti Honorable Siranyi, Member of Parliament, Bukoli North, raised a matter of national concern that our office had written to His Excellency, our office, to His Excellency the President, advising the President that the Anti-homosexuality Bill of 2023 be returned to Parliament for reconsideration. When you read number one from there, before even reaching there, while this may have caused or raised concerns, here below are the reasons we did so. But most importantly to note is that the reasons stated are not against the bill, but to ensure that once the bill is assented to, it stands the test of time without being struck down by court as being unconstitutional. When you read that number one, what does it say? Under clause 3.1 of the bill on aggravated homosexuality, the provision imposes a mandatory death penalty. This makes the provision unconstitutional.
What is unconstitutional about it? What is unconstitutional about it? Have we abolished
the death penalty? That's what he's trying to explain.
No, we have not abolished a death penalty in the country. There are people who have petitioned against the removal of death penalty up to the Supreme Court level. They have not succeeded. It has even remained. It has been defended by even our courts. No court has declared death penalty unconstitutional. So where is he getting where is he getting that advice that is tendering to the president? From his head? From his wish? From what? Where is he getting it from? And he thinks because he has misled the president not to sign on that basis, that parliament will budge that it is unconstitutional and remove a death penalty?
That's what he says. You're a lawyer. He's saying this makes the provision unconstitutional in as far as its inconsistency with Articles 21, 22, 24, 28, blah, blah, of the Constitution, he says.
Article 21, Article 28, even is about talk about Article 27, Article 44. I am seeing him quoting Article 44. It talks about fair hearing, a right to life. A right to life does not mean that because life can be taken away. He is quoting Article 28. Life can be taken away as long as you have been adjudged by court that you should not live. Yes. And there is a process of confirming a death sentence. If they feel that a homosexual has been unfairly sentenced, they will petition the president and they give those reasons. The president will forgive. There is a prerogative of mercy in the Constitution provided for. So let's wait and see how it returns to the House. But as far as we are concerned,
no, but there's so many other things he's raising, Honorable. Let's look at number 2 there.
No, those people are trying to derail us. Last time we passed a very good law. You get me?
On what?
During the last parliament, on anti-homosexual. The same group went to the president and said, give us money, and we got court. That's how you see Fox Odoy was recruited, Mwenda was recruited, they went to court. And because you do certain things even in rooms, rooms have flies, they speak. They speak. We get to know what transpired. What is motivating you? The decision against the bill by then was done on mere technicality. Substantive justice was denied to Ugandans on mere technicality. That it was, we did not pass the law with the quorum. Well, this time around, we got it right. We had the quorum. Now they are delaying us, such that when the committee comes, we do not have the quorum. I will invite my honorable colleagues that when this matter turns up, we leave everything and return to the House.
Well, but you see, Honorable, he says that again, there is a way it affects, it violates the principle of separation of powers.
How?
In a way that in your bill, you even determined, gave a sentence, death sentence. He says in his letter that you're actually deciding for courts on what to do.
No. Courts cannot provide for a sentence which is not provided for in the Constitution, in the law. The same Constitution which is quoting, actually Article 28 of the Constitution, provides that courts shall not administer a sentence that is not prescribed by law. So who makes the law? It is the members of parliament. We are within our right to provide. You cannot just say, this is, even if it is a Bible, even in the Bible, when Jesus would warn the people, he would tell the people what was going to before them. He would tell them, you will not enter the kingdom of my Father. He would tell them. He would tell them. So you want to preach, and that's not even a preaching, because there must be a direction when you are making the law that you do. We call them penal provisions. Penal provisions. All laws in this country, even those laws that touch other things, you will find them with those penal provisions. penal provisions. So I don't think that he's but he should not, even when you want to do activism,
So
there are certain things you leave for yourself. I am inviting my
colleagues,
my learned seniors, that in the circumstances that you find certain things very difficult for you, you just throw in the towel and go back to your chambers and be a good lawyer.
Yes, where does
then just spoil yourself.
Where does it leave the hope you had ignited in Ugandans?
The Ugandans are still committed and have a strong resolve to end this vice in this country. And they still think the president should have signed without returning this bill. They still think the president should not yield to any form of pressure from anywhere. They still think these misadvisors should back off. That's what they think.
But while addressing you that day in Korolo, the president made some...
That he wants to rehabilitate the
he was talking about, yes, there are people that are talking about rehabilitation.
We have not stopped him. He knows them. He can put there even an officer, a presidential advisor in charge of homos. They keep coming and report to
but
him.
You're going to punish them.
To his office.
In this law, you didn't give space for rehabilitation.
You're
saying
in the
by mere identifying that so and so is gay, is a homosexual, that alone attracts a sentence of 20 years, a punishment. So
in the laws of this country,
people against this bill, honorable, are saying you didn't provide space, you didn't leave that gap for rehabilitation.
Adam Okungu, even when you have been arrested, in the laws of this country, there is what we call even pre-bargaining. In the laws of this country, where you have been arrested.
Yeah.
You can be arrested as a homo and they say, for me, I will not repeat this thing. Just forgive me. Then you bargain with the prostitution. They will say, the judge will write that you should be sent to a remand home for rehabilitation. And the president should be ready to show us that remand home he has set up for homos.
The president should be able to show you that home.
Yes.
So what are you likely to do as parliament under the circumstances?
No, it is not just draining us. If you have an agenda, speak it. But to start draining us and hiding in other things, we are not younger people. I am 50 years. I hold a master's in public administration. I am about to hold a master's in law. I hold a number of other postgraduate qualifications. So I am not a baby. And I read the scripts. This is just draining us. This for us, we finished it. This one is saying we want to take them to remand. Where is the remand home? Our children who are being arrested are being kept in prisoners of all the people. You don't have remand homes for them. You want to set up a remand home for the homosexuals.
Okay, but the president gave you signals when he said we shall have...
Is it because they have too much money?
No. The other day the president gave you signals that we shall have to establish whether this is by nature or nature.
That was also draining us. The issue is that if it is the issue of homosexual is deviance character, it is nature. You learn it. You learn it. That's why in Arab countries, this nonsense will not be tolerated. And the Western world has left them to be. During World Cup, you watched what happened?
I did.
Was it a team from France or where? Which came with a flag on the plane with a flag of homosexuals. They told them, yes, you have landed, refuel and return. No one is going to disembark. Do not open your doors. Do not open your doors. Go back to your country of origin, remove the flag of homosexuals and return. And that's what they did. They went back, removed the flag, because they wouldn't remove it from the soil of the Arab country. You can imagine. They say you will not even remove it. We cannot allow you to even remove this flag from the soil of the Arab country.
Are you saying the president is trying to derail parliament on this? Is that what you've just said?
Yes.
With which interest?
Because he's fearing that the Western country, these homosexuals are too rich. And which is true. They are too rich. They are going to fix him. They are going to fix him. He forgets that he holds the power over the Ugandans, not to the homosexuals.
Okay, thank you. We go for a break. Baba TV, Hot Cup at 9. Honorable Barnabas Tinkasimire Buyaga West County Gwenina. Wetukomawo nsonga z'amabaati, the iron sheets infamy. Just after this break, katuje. Ku Facebook, Baba Television Uganda, oba ku personal Twitter handle yange @Adam Kungu. @Adam Kungu. Berango tugoberera bulungi ngoyiteeyo. Oba onsindikire obubaka ku namba ya 07556 02505 07556 02505 baka ku bwobuteeka nabwo ngenda kubeera nga mbuyitamu buterevu nnyo aka encha y'olunaku lwa leero. Kale, keep them coming. I'll be able to look into what you're sharing with me here. Nombaka Barnabas Tinkasimire. We need to, I need to pick your thoughts on what has been happening on matters, iron sheets that were meant for Karamoja. As we speak, 3 ministers have been charged, Kitutu, Nandutu, and Amos Lugolobi. There are fears that the number could increase perhaps within this week or in the coming few days. What do you make of this, and is actually your government now really walking the talk on the fight against corruption?